Yes boys, and we're back. It's your boy, it's the Ashman, and it is the working man's road to glory. I hope you're all having an incredible December so far. You're all ready for Christmas, the new year, and you're all ready and waiting. Guys, where do I start? We've got World Cup. Yes, that's it, the World Cup has came to an end, and the Messiah, the one, the only, La Messi, La Greatness, the gifted one, the special one, you know it. As many adjectives as you can throw in there, Messi the Ghost, the one and only, finally got his crown. 5 times a try, and you know what, that guy is just, I just love him. I just love the Messiah. I'm super happy. It was the best World Cup final I've ever seen. In fact, it was the best final. I know that we've seen some greats down there. We've seen some great semis back in Champions League when PSG was coming from behind and ended up going on to go into the final. We've seen some quality football over the years. We all have, but that final was something special. It was literally. Was it the passing of the guard? Is it still the passing of the guard? But it was the Messiah at the age of 35 going against Mbappe, who's turning 24, I believe, next week. A young 23-year-old coming through. It was absolutely amazing, guys. There isn't enough superlatives that I can put into it. I was super stoked watching it. And even now I've got the jitters days later. It was incredible, absolutely incredible. But all good things do come to an end. The World Cup is now officially over. England obviously got knocked out, but I was always rooting for Argentina if England got knocked out, because we all want to see the Messi win. Now, in terms of game weeks, what I'm going to quickly do on this video is just show you in terms of where I finished with the Global Cup, which I think you'll be very happy with where I placed. Live, I say live, but we've only got one game week on, which we've entered, and then potentially what I'm putting forward for next week. So I'm going to show you the before, middle and after. And what I might even do is have a little touch upon my actual gallery as a whole. I've always wanted to do a separate video for this, and probably to some extent we will, but I tend to glossing over it. That's what I think we're going to do on this video, guys. So listen, if you are super excited about knowing what players I've got, and I'm talking about I've got stacked Euro, Challenger, All-Star, you name it, I've got it, it's in there. We're ready to rock, don't you worry. Just missing just a couple of players, which obviously we'll bring up in Sorare data. But here we go, guys, we're going to go straight into it. Also, listen, if you kindly would like to use my affiliate link, you want to go into here and click the link. This is the link right here. We haven't said it for an awful long time, done any plugs, but let's give it a bit of a twirl. You guys who have been here for a year or so will know what I'm talking about. The HTTPS, the colon, / sorare.com/r/ashman88. That's right. Copy and paste that, pop that in there, and then you'll be on your way. Get into this gallery, get into the market, buy a few players, you'll get one free, I'll get one free, winner, chicken dinner, and all that good stuff, yeah? So let's get straight into it, boys. This is what we're talking about. So we're going to talk about the new leagues, the thresholds, and all the good stuff that has been coming to Sorare. So let's talk about past. Let's quickly run into it. Where did I finish with the games that I had? Let's get straight to the Global Cup. I finished 5,277th, which is weeks on the Sorare data. It had me actually at like 3,000 something, but 5,277 out of over 600,000 people. I went in, we had Enzo. You guys probably had a similar lineup to this. Everybody had the same 4 or 5 players going into the final, more or less. I couldn't have really improved it with the players that I had. This was the highest 5 players that I had for their positions going into the final. So that is literally the absolute best I could have got, 371. But we know Messi with his 2 goals and coming up with his captaincy, and Mbappe with his hat-trick, Enzo with his goal lines clearance. Hernandez unfortunately got subbed off pretty early on, and Hugo Lloris What can I say? Hugo Lloris had a good 8-8 to say that he conceded a few goals, yeah? So we went into here and we've got ourselves overall for the prize pool. So you can have a quick little look. Overall, we actually finished, it was just over 3,000. We'll have a look in a second, but it got me into that tier 1 status. I was never going to make the 200. I would have had to have 1 or 2 more bigger game weeks than what I had, and I might have scraped into it. But I was, as I said, I think around the 2,500, 3,000. So there was plenty more people in front of me to get to that star. All this was dream world, to be honest with you. Match day, as I said to you, we finished here. So I actually got a star common, star national, and tier 3. So I was super happy with that. But if I go into the leaderboard real quickly and just show you where I finished, guys. So overall, in fact, I wasn't 3,000, I was only 1,918. So actually, I wasn't a million miles away probably from getting that 200, which I know I probably could do by just going in here and putting 20, and I'll probably get it, but we're not bothered right now. Match day, as you know, I finished here 5,277. So we'll show you what players I got for that one. Now, this crucified me, guys. And can I just say, first of all, I am super happy, if I haven't already said it, absolutely stoked that game weeks are coming back. I know certain leagues, like the Bundesliga, is not starting until the February time. We know the Asian League and the MLS, etc., the American, they're not all starting to going into that February, March. I'm in that region, I get that. But right now, we're still getting European leagues coming back, December, January, going into the February. So, listen, guys, game weeks is better than just putting 1 out every week in it, 100%. So where did we get mugged off? And I say mugged off because we got mugged off. Now keep this player in mind, Ben Sheaf, 68 points, but 53. So with his XP, probably would have got around the 55 points marker. And the reason why I put him in there is if I go into the 2nd Division Limited, though I actually placed in here, where was it again? I finished 64th. What was annoying with this one though, 64th, is that when I actually went into the prize pool, I finished here tier 2. If I had put, what I was originally going to do, and actually took him out at the last minute, just because historically Francesco had better scores, but Ben Sheaf, my gut instinct just said, just go in it. You've already got Panzer. Just go in, and Coventry, they can do the business. If I put him in and got an extra 20 odd points there, it would have actually just broke, well, not just, I would have been into the tier 1, and it would have been a low to mid tier 1. So I would have been in a better prize pool, a better calibre of players. But listen, kept a clean sheet. Jonathan Panzer conceded 3 goals, but at the same time still hit 65 points. So if he didn't have them 12 points deducted off him, 4 points a goal, there would have been 77 points, and he also lost AA because of the defensive losses. So he could have had easily more points there. So I could have been looking at a 75, 80 point with a player. Yeah, I mean, guys, this could have been a what ifs, but I got a tier 2 here. We just scraped in by 0.1, 0.2, so we just got in there. The All-Star Limited, again, I could have actually done better if Jesus Areza didn't get subbed in the last 15 minutes. If he played the whole game, who knows, I could have maybe gone on to do something. They did concede a goal, so he wouldn't have got his 10-point boost, but he would have probably got much higher than 33, and I actually just needed probably about 20 points more, and I would have got into tier 3 there. So I was really gutted. Timo Pukki didn't come up trumps, but Kenneth Powell did come up with a goal assist, so I'm very happy. They actually only give him to that much later on, well after the game, and then he got the assist. This one was devastating. Underdog 4-3-1 again. Look at this, 61, 73, 60. DMP didn't play, and I captained him. So imagine if I put in a defender and I changed my captaincy or whatever, put it for one of these guys like what I was going to do again, but because he had such an amazing game week last week, I thought, I've got to just go with him. And I made the mistake not putting him in on the previous game week when I could have, and he actually come up with an amazing score with a clean sheet for Burnley, and I thought to myself, why didn't I put him in? So this week I put him in, and then Vincent Kompany rotates the team anyway, and he doesn't even play full stop. So honestly, guys, just you can't win if you do it, you can't win if you don't. This player is one of the most frustrating players I have in my gallery, because you just don't know what the manager's going to do, when he's going to do it. He's so unpredictable, probably because they've got a good squad, he can rotate, but it's just not having that reliability. When he plays, he could be amazing. When he plays, yeah, it's just, honestly, it's so frustrating. But this, imagine if I put another one here and changed my captaincy, which, you know, this is just fluky, it didn't happen. Look what could have happened. I could have easily, no doubt, in my mind, I could have gone in with underdog as well. I could have easily broke into this tier 2, tier 1. It's just, honestly, it's absolutely gutting what happened there. So this is where we are with these guys, and I will show you what players I got. Not only that, but the players that I've got through the World Cup. They've converted some of them I just got, like Messi, Mbappe, etc. Which, what's your thoughts, guys, on this? Having the World Cup players all converted to common, which means now moving forwards, anybody that was part of the World Cup, which was over 650,000 people or more, what happens now is if a lot of them people actually stay on and do the common and try and go into the underdog limited, etc., when they put their commons in, if you even bothered about the common, everybody's going to have Lewandowski, Mbappe, Messi, etc., etc. Everyone's always going to have these best players. So you're all going to have similar teams, give or take, minus your XP or your captaincy bonuses, who you choose. But if you have a look at the players that I've got here, we'll work down and then work up, because that's exactly where we did it. So let's quickly try and find the right page. And this wasn't the right page, but it's showing you some players there. You've had a little sneak preview of some of the players that I've gone ahead and bought. But if we go to here, these are probably the players where I started coming in. So this is when the World Cup very first started, like a month ago. I had a couple of comments just before it. I wanted a few players that were playing for the World Cup. So I've got AshMann-SPORTZ, Mike Estrada. Not all these were playing just for the World Cup, but they were playing within game weeks while the World Cup was playing. So I went ahead and bought a few players. These can just go into my underdog, specialist, or whatever I may do for the future. We've got a couple of strikers. David Raum I ended up picking up for just under £44. I couldn't believe my luck, because if you guys remember when I was at the Hoffenheim team nearly a year ago now, in January, February this year, David Raum was over 120 quid at one point, £110. It was ridiculous. Now he's £44. He's moved to Leipzig, so he's moved to a better team. A starter, he had an amazing World Cup, so no doubt at the age of only 24 as well, he's going to do what amazing. So I honestly think 44 quid, £43 is a steal. Brades Mendes, this guy is just unbelievable. We have actually a look at his scores. Again, I picked him up. Look at this, the 67, 68, 88, a couple here, but look, Man United. So I mean, it shows you his prices that he's going for as well, up to that £50 region. I did pay around that price. So we've got a couple of players here. We've won a couple of players, as you can see, the Benjamin, Christopher for the National Series. Alexandra, I got him because he had the one game week that I needed him for, so for 15 quid I just bought him. Carvajal, 16 quid, I needed him for one game week, I just put him in there. Carlos Soler, more of a rotationary player, we just threw him in when we'll need him in the future. Sinan Bacchus, just because I needed a forward at that time. A couple more players here, and then we're going into Marco John. Now Marco John I didn't pick up for any specific reason, just the fact that he's under 23, he plays in the second division, and he plays for Hoffenheim. I believe he's on loan currently, not at Hoffenheim, but he's on loan somewhere else. But yeah, I mean, he's only like 20 years old in real life, I think. Yeah, 19, 20. So he's only 20 in real life. He's got a few more years under 23. His scores are impeccable, absolutely amazing. 61, 66, 90, 78. This guy does not mess about whatsoever. Absolutely class. Yeah, and I got him for only £39, and he's going for around the similar price. This guy, if you haven't got him, pick him up. He'll just be great utility. Diego Palacios, because when the MLS start, I wanted him, and Genk Mateus, because he was injured, and I got him on the cheap, so that's fine. But when we go into this page is where it'll actually show you all the commons and everybody else. So Jordi Alba, we got him for just under 24 quid. Yes, he's like 33, 34 in real life. His career is coming obviously to an end, but the guy still whacks out incredible scores, plays for an incredible team, and 190, 61, plays for his national team. He does a bit of everything. He's an all-round great player, just have been for like for the champion Europe, so I'm happy with that. Where else are we going here? Ismail Sarr. Watford is touted to have a move to a bigger team in the summer, so we'll see what happens there. But I thought I actually won Joao Pedro, his counterpart for Watford, and I'm going to be getting him within the next week or two. But this guy was literally half the price. You know, he's only 24 years old. He plays for his national team. He's one for the future. He does have the ability to bang as a winger, but he's probably consistently hitting around the 50, and then he has the odd, if he scores or assists, he goes up to a 70 or an 80 pointer. So he can go in, he plays all the time, he very rarely gets taken off. Daniel mentioned, because I'm going for basically a Watford stack to a certain extent. You know, but there might be some other players in there, but to a certain extent we've got some Watford players, the goalkeeper, defenders, midfielders. I've got a striker, so I've literally already got a full Watford. But that Joao Pedro would be amazing if I could pick him up in the next week or two as well. And the goalkeeper was just to replace the one that I've currently got, which was George Long from Millwall. Look at this, 70, 79, 71, 65. These guys are on the up, so I needed a goalkeeper that is going to be the difference between me getting into the tiers and not. These are the players now, these are just all commons. Nacho, Bilal, some of these players have just been changed over from the counterparts, but I can't remember who I had previously. Anas, I didn't have him, didn't have Bilal. Nahuel Molina, I did have him. Molina, amazing, obviously right back Argentina. Marco Bizot, Rodrigo De Paul, I had these guys. David Alaba, Rodri, Joshua Kimmich, absolutely amazing for SO5 in general. Didn't have the best of World Cups, had a couple of good scores, but Thiago Alcante, Alisson Becker over the head, Alisson, Sebastian Cochia, Anwar Tumami, Enzo Fernandez, what a player, one for the future. Again, under 23 utility, plays in the MLS. Woo Young and Kylian Mbappe, Iago Aspas. I mean, look at this: Pedri, Marco Bizot, Rodrigo, Lionel Messi, David Raya again, Vito. They changed him for Hugo Lloris, Olivier Giroud, Theo Hernandez, Marquinhos, Kelly Roos, and Robert Lewandowski. These were my players. This was the tier 2 that I won from the for the second division. Gianni Seri, 80, 64, 47, and a couple of wild scores for a fiver. Play that was a fiver. It is what it is, but he's a forward. He plays in the Bundesliga too, and he does have the ability to score. So you know what, guys, and he's only 24 years old. So I'm not, it's alright, innit? It's not too bad. And then Raul Fernandez, this was my tier 1 that I got from playing the World Cup. I got a goalkeeper. He is age 34, but you can see, he's kept a couple of sheets here. We have a look, he's got a clean sheet there, 75. He had a good AA with that one as well. And again, didn't keep a clean sheet, but got the last man tackle on there as well, so managed to do it. He's around the 25-30 pounds region, and again he does play in the Smartbank La Liga. I'm not too sure if that that won't be the actual La Liga. Smartbank, so that's the number 2 in it, Granada. Yeah. So I've actually got another second division Europe player, I believe there. So I mean, happy days, guys. I'm not complaining whatsoever. Now, if we talk about what's currently live right now this second, I know we're trying to whiz through, but I'm conscious that it's been 18 and a half minutes and I've only shown you my World Cup stuff and what we've done. We go into Academy Intermediate. I could have maybe got into one of the other ones, but I thought, well, I haven't actually trained up the Academy. I'm actually just after the Novice, Intermediate, then it's the Advanced and the other one. So I thought I might as well throw this in. I've got one player playing, started 7 minutes ago, which is the goalkeeper here, Kelly Roos. If I actually go on to Sorare data, if you haven't already got the app, put it up and you'll be able to see exactly what I've got, and it shows that they're 6 minutes into the match. It is 0-0 and my player's still got 35, so as a score that puts me now, according to my little telltale here, it puts me in the rankings 198th. currently, and I also have Jonathan Panzer, who have captains, Callum McGregor, who had a score 100, is back from injury, Ben Chief. I wish I had another player, but I actually didn't have another common or even a limited that played. So these are the 4 players that I'm going in with. Prize pools, realistically not having 5 players, but also not an awful lot of people playing this particular one. I generally think that, you know, going for a tier 2 is unrealistic. I would have to have, you know, if McGregor got another 100 score or something like that, maybe, but right now, anywhere in the star common, I'd be happy. But anything higher than that tier 3, tier 2, I'll be happy, guys. But that's where I'm currently at with this one. I've just got to hope that Aberdeen can keep a clean sheet against Rangers, but it is Rangers, but they are playing at home, so hopefully, fingers crossed, it all goes well. So that's where we're currently at with this, and if we have a look quickly at the upcoming ones, I'll actually put it on here as well, so it's a little bit easier. If you have a look at my gallery now, guys, it's currently sitting at 3.4 to £3,386. We'll have a look at some of the players in a moment. But let's have a quick look here. So it's my saved lineups. You can do all your lineups now, guys, all the way going to the 31st of January. I've done a few of them. I'm not going to bore you with them now. We'll do that week by week. I'll probably change some of these players for the time being, but I'll give you a little look now. All-Star Limited, Gunnar Guvenk. We've got here, obviously playing at home, playing away, but they're in first position. Teddy Tuma, second, playing at home against Fenerbahce, but Anastasis Bakasetas is an absolute beast. This one I'm disappointed that I've only got Timo Pukki, because this guy literally scores 1 in every 5 or 6 matches. So this could be the big letdown here. These players might go into other areas. Challenger Europe. These were sort of leftover players that I've thrown in. Ken Garuba, I know, is injured. He may not even be back until around the Christmas time, which is, this one is until the 27th. So he may or may not play. If you guys know, tell us, but I know he's injured. He's come back for around Christmas, Boxing Day. Hugh Suk-Hong, absolutely amazing player, still under 23s. Alessio, he's back from injury now. They're playing at home, so I'm hoping to do well. And obviously we've got Brandon Michel also playing from home, and Piri. So we'll see what happens here. If he keeps clean sheet and these guys do amazing, but we'll see what happens. Specialist Limited, get used to just enjoying the last 6 to 8 weeks. We have a Specialist and Underdog Limited, because it is getting replaced by this set tiers up to 240 points, where if you do it the limited, you get a $5 if you hit the 240 threshold or more. Rare, but you'll need to get a rare stack that hits up to 240, doesn't exceed it for the sort of the tally, like the rank of 15, like 31, 30, 64, 53, 43. Hypothetically, you're not allowed to exceed the 240 points, but you've also got to make over 240 without a captaincy or XP, and that's for limited, rare, the super rare, and the rewards are great, don't get me wrong. But taking away people's captaincy is one thing. Taking away the XP that you've loaded on the players is another thing altogether. I think it's just unrealistic. So I was always pushing for All-Star Rare specifically, because if I could yield $25 or $50 back, 25, 50 quid, whatever it is, sterling, I'll be great. I'd have to put a goalkeeper in, that costs 600 quid, but at the same time I can make money. But the fact that is that you're going to take away my captaincy and my XP, and I can't put a goalkeeper in for the foreseeable future for the next several months, I'm left with 4 players that aren't going to hit anything. So my thing now is potentially either keep them and have to raise funds to get a goalkeeper, but I don't really want to do that on something where they may or may not play, someone might get injured, and now I've spent hundreds of pounds. It's a big risk, and I feel like it's gone in the wrong direction. They should have either kept the captaincy or kept the XP, but taking away 2 is just, it's not right. I don't think it's a fair way of jumping up the threshold, but it is not coming to the end of Feb, I don't believe, so they might do an underdog rare specifically, or some form of rare where you can only put 2 in with a few limiteds. If they do something like that, then we'll have a look. I might be able to then field my limiteds with a couple of rares, forget about the goalkeeper, but until I'm proven or shown something, I have to go by what it is. I might be contemplating selling all my rares, get 500 quid and then 600 quid, and then put that money into somewhere else. So this is where I am now with my specialist. I put a couple of big hitters in, and then a few, if players. Underdog, here's some players here, guys. We're throwing, I'm not going to go through all the teams. You can see with your own eyes exactly what it is. All-Star Rare, this is exactly what I'm talking. No game, doesn't play. I've got 3 players, but you take captaincy, you take away XP. This guy don't play 1 week. I don't have a goalkeeper. How am I meant to hit the 240 threshold with that? Just be honest, it's not going to happen, is it? Simple. Casual, obviously we've got these players in here. There's not many casuals actually playing for that particular game week, so I mean I only had a couple in each slot, so I put the best players that I've got, captains in. But again, all this could be changed if you feel like I need to. I'm excited about this one, 2nd division. Obviously got Watford playing at home, so we've got the Watford boys. He'll probably be upgraded to Joao Pedro here. We've got 2 amazing lads right here. 4th position, and for Monfrey and for Ottery, we've got him sitting in best 2nd. But if you look at these stats, look at these numbers, I generally think this could be like, you know, a threshold team. This is not a threshold team, like a podium team. This could be amazing if they all kick off. I just need a better striker here. So this is where I'm currently sitting here. I'm going to do a separate video actually. I'm not going to spend thousands of pounds that I have done just in the last month, for 6 weeks, 8 weeks, and then just quickly do it all in 5 minutes, guys. I just don't really feel it's fair. I really want to show you specifically my Asian players, my American players, how they fare in terms of where they currently are in terms of their scouting. So when you go to the scout and you see player rankings for each division, I want to show you exactly the players that we've got for each rank, how we've fitted out, how we've collected the team, and I think you'll be pretty proud and happy with the way the club's going in the right direction, fingers crossed. Now, in terms of, I want to explain one final thing for you guys. I am as I said, I'm thinking about selling my full rare team. I'm not going to do it just right now, in case I pull the trigger too early. So I don't know whether I should try and yield for the next month or 2, try and get as much money as I can, and then sell everything, or sell everything now, prepping for when end of January and February comes and we have Asia MLS, because some of the players that I'm looking at now are going to help me. So if I was to sell my full rare team now, I probably would, if I sold it in February, I probably could get 600-700 quid, maybe. If I was to sell it now, I'd probably get 450 to 500 pound. Now, these are the players that I really, really want. I've got one player here, which would replace my under 23s, because if I go into here real quick, as I said, I'm not going to spend too long on this, I just want to show you one specific thing. So if I bring up my under 23 goalkeeper, Nicholas Heddle, I want to replace him just because he's not actually coming back now until game week, look, 10th of February, and he's only playing until the 9th of March. I'm only going to get a few games, which is ridiculous because the under 23 players I've got have another 5 or 6 months in them of playing. So I really need to get him changed, and the only person I really want to upgrade him from. So when I say I've only got around 450-500 quid, if I was also to sell my Nicholas Heddle for around £100, 80 to 100 quid, and a couple of other players, which I'll show in a second, I should have around £600 in total, which should be enough to get me these 5 players. I should be able to get. So one of them to replace him would be this guy right here. There we go. So he would be the upgrade. He's still got the utility of under 23 until July of 2025. He is going for around 60 to 70 pounds more than the goalkeeper I've got, but he's a better goalkeeper, longer duration for under 23s, I believe, there or thereabouts. And if we have a look just in the last 3 months, he's only kept actually 2, but historically in the last year, if we actually have a look, he's actually done pretty well, and then all of a sudden in the last 3 months he's sort of dropped off. But what I would say, guys, is that he actually runs pretty close, and it runs all the way until June. So it's a natural progression, and he'll only get better as he gets older, hopefully. So fingers crossed. So that is the upgrade there. Now to upgrade this guy straight away, let's go into, where is he? To upgrade Carlos Miguel, and this is for the upcoming season, because I've virtually got I've got an entire stack for this team anyway. In fact, my MLS is looking sharp as anything. But to upgrade him, who, if you have a look, isn't the worst keeper in the world, 8 clean sheets, but there was a lot of 30s and 40s, to upgrade him to a guy, which is this one, who will have Champions League footballs, I believe that's if he plays all the matches, and he's only 31 in real life, so he's got a few E's on him, but he plays for a much better team, and that is Andre Blake. Now if we check his scores out, he's a much better goalkeeper, he's got way more clean sheets, plays for a much better team, and he's going to just score me better stuff. So I'm very, very happy with that, and we can see Champions League football, so I'm very, very happy with this situation. He's back of the 26th of February. So again, with the money that I'll get from the rares, plus selling my own goalkeeper, which I've just shown you, I would get Andre Blake as an upgrade. So these are the 2 goalkeepers that I want. Then I also need to sell, because I've got now Daniel Batcham, I need to now go and sell George Long for like 40 quid or something, so there's an extra 40 quid there. The next person I got to upgrade would be this person. I'm just going to click any player and then I'll change him. So I already showed you a second ago, so this is one, Joao Pedro. Why won't he come up? Joao Pedro, where is he? Watford. So let's just put Watford in. Oh, there we go, that's actually easy, isn't it? I actually picked the right one. Go into here and then click on Joao Pedro. Let's click on him. So this is my other player that I'm looking at. So not looking, I will be going ahead and buying. I just wish I got him here. 80 odd quid. He's now had a couple of good games. He's scored 100 points or something, didn't he, here? Yeah, 93 points. So this is the player I'm looking for as my main striker now, all the way until May. So this is one for the team, and I'll probably get rid of the Watford striker that I've currently got now. These are now going back to MLS, going back to Andre Blake and the MLS team in total. There is a midfielder who I believe probably will be moved to forward for his next card, but I want to buy him as a midfielder, and there's only one that I want for here, and this is this guy right here, Hani Mukhtar. This is the chap that I'm looking at. He plays for Nashville. If we have a look here in terms of scores, you guys will see yourself. 23 goal, 30 goal contributions. No doubt, he plays full 90 minutes. He scores and assists for fun. This is the player that I'm 100% going to be going for. And my last and final player is this player here, which is Sebastian Drusi, and this guy again we've got from Austin, and if we have a look at his for forwards, we can kind of see here again he's got some really good lineups coming immediately at him. 30 goal contributions. Look at this, the guy's only as well 26 years old. So basically guys, for the goalkeepers I'm looking at the Georgie and Mamadashvi. As an upgrade, I'm looking at Andre Blake as an upgrade for the MLS, Hani Mukhtar for a midfielder MLS, Sebastian Drusi for the striker MLS, and then for the championship, as I said, I've already got the goalkeeper, the midfielders and everyone else. I'm just looking for a great striker, and I'll get Joao Pedro. So these are the 5 players that I am looking for. If I was to get them, then basically, guys, I'm not even joking in any way, shape or form. If I was to do that, I'd be looking at an amazing MLS squad. I mean, the amount of players that I've got, the Champion Europe Challenger, under 23s, I mean, literally every single one, I'd have, honestly, it's ridiculous, the gallery, what it would be like. But I mean, 152, I'm probably looking close to 160 players, so much for rotation, it's just absolutely ridiculous. And I'm hoping now, going for the next 12 months, I've been on the platform since January this year. As of January 2023, I want to be able to say that I can field all the limiteds, the best players, barring the Messi and Mbappe and the top 5, 2 or 3 in each division, literally the next pinnacle under for the whole deck. And then going into the next 12 months will all be about saving up for rares, going into the rares, and maybe even getting maybe one super rare or something. So I want to have a look at the next stage. So sorry guys, so I hope that this has kept you going for the 35 minutes, I wanted to show you the past, the present, the future, the players that I'm looking to buy, and also I've just seen that I've just conceded Aberdeen 1 goal, which is absolutely annoying as anything. So I've conceded, so there's my clean sheet gone straight away, guys. So absolutely thrilled about that, absolutely thrilled. So yes, that's where I am with that. If you guys have any queries, any questions, you want to run through anything, hit the Discord up. Or I said, we're back to doing it straight after the Christmas New Year period. We're going to be back to doing the 2 videos a week. I said there is going to be another video getting uploaded anyway, just about my team. I will upload that one in the next 2 or 3 days, and that will just go through my gallery, all my players and everyone that you need to see. I'll do that as a 2-part video to this one, and then I'll catch you guys within the next week or so, maybe just after Christmas, the days before Christmas New Year, maybe going into New Year, I'll upload something else, and it should be all systems go. So I hope you guys are raring, rock and ready to go. If you need anything, hit me up. It's your boy, it's the Ashman. Like, subscribe, show your boy some love. Peace out, guys.